What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to do a special video that I think that might be a little informative for some people who are just wanting to kind of see differences in certain cuts of shoes. So today we're going to talk about two shoes. They're both going to be Jordan 1s. One is a mid and one is a high, and we're going to kind of just talk about the differences in both those shoes. So let's get started. The first shoe that we're going to talk about today is my Jordan 1 OG highs that I have. This is my only pair of OG highs. So as you can see, these are my Jordan 1 Yin Yang pack. This is the black pair from the Yin Yang pack. I don't have the white pair, unfortunately. I only have the black pair from the Yin Yang pack. I was going to get the other pair, but when I saw those resale prices, I was like, you know what, I'm cool. That's all right. I'll stick to this one. But this is the black pair from the Yin Yang pack. As you can see, it is basically a black leather upper, mostly black. Midsole is white, swoosh is white, wings logo is white, bottom of the shoe is black, and you have Nike Air tongue tag that's red vinyl with Nike Air stitched in white, and the back of the tongue tag there, and a very tall tongue on the highs. So, but then they came with two sets of laces. They came with a black pair. They also came with a white pair, but I bought some red ones aftermarket to just match the Nike tag on the top of the shoe, just to kind of give it more red. So that's the OG highs that I have. These are not 85 highs, these are just regular OG highs. 85 highs are slightly taller than the OG highs because the 85 cut is mimicking the original 85 release with thicker leather, a taller midsole, a taller collar, and they're going to be closer to the original shape that came out back in 1985 with the original Jordan 1 release. This is my only pair of highs. And this is a pair of Jordan 1 mids that I have. And as you can see, this is the Jordan 1 mid that I just picked up in the red alternative colorway here. As you can see, the shoe is a little bit shorter compared to the OG high that I have. It's mostly black leather upper as well, with the pops of red on the toe and on the swoosh and on the lower part of the collar, and the top part of the collar is black. But if you put them side by side with the OG highs, as you can see, they're going to be slightly shorter, but not by much. But you know, that little bit of a difference does make a difference to me, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's like when you look at it like that, it doesn't really seem like it's that much of a difference, but I mean, it is, as far as like when you're also wearing them. Because if you can see where you put them side by side, you know, where the top of the collar is here, where the sock liner is in the mid, it's kind of lining up right here, where the line is going across the mid section of the collar is kind of like where the mid stop. So this whole part of the shoe is really not on the mid, so the mids kind of stop here. So realistically, the bottom part of the collar is going to be somewhere down here. So you know, it's kind of giving you a couple inches, you know, when you look at it like that, the mid and front. So you know, it's significantly different. And you know, you can definitely tell that difference when you are wearing the mids compared to the highs. So I feel like, you know, I was just kind of giving my reasoning as to why I kind of prefer the mids over the highs. It's just because I feel like, you know, you're not having a shoe completely like almost damn near hitting like your mid of your shin. So, but then like I said, with the OG highs, they're also just going to be slightly taller than these. So, you know, they may come up a little bit more, and those are definitely probably hitting you in the mid shin. So, you know, I just think for me, I just prefer these over the highs, and especially the 85 highs, just because I feel like those are just way too tall. The main thing I'm just saying is just personal preference, but I just wanted to kind of give a comparison video between your mid here and your highs, just for comparison's sake. There is a little bit of a noticeable difference between where the highs start and where the mids start. So I hope this explanation kind of does help some people and kind of seeing them firsthand, because when you go to a store and stuff like that, you just look at a bunch of shoes on the wall, and you may or may not be picking them up and looking at them and stuff and kind of comparing them with other stuff like that. But just wanted to give a side-by-side comparison, like firsthand, for people, just to kind of help out any people that might have questions about why certain people prefer certain shoes, but also kind of give an explanation as to the difference between the two. But as far as the quality is concerned, as far as like the leather and stuff, like these are highs, these are mids, and if you look, the leather is roughly about the same quality. Like the mids don't really have lower tier quality of leather compared to the highs. The highs have a nice, like, buttery, rich leather, but so do the mids. So that's another thing that I think a lot of people are like choosing to stay away from mids, because they're like, well, the mids typically have way worse quality as far as like the materials they're made out of and stuff like that. But as you can see, I'm putting them side by side. Like, this pair of highs came out in like 2015, 2016, but this is a mid. They came out in 2022, and as you can see, like, the quality of materials for both shoes, like, pretty much identical. Like, as far as the softness, as far as like the grade of leather that they used, I feel like you're getting relatively the same. So I feel like that's another reason why I feel like a lot of people aren't really, they claim they're not really like fans of mids because of like quality concern, but quality there, if you ask me. This probably wouldn't have been a conversation that I would have been having about mids like maybe 10 years ago, but for the last few years, like, the quality is just as good as the OGs. So I just think that realistically, this is not a video of me just trying to convert anybody into wearing Jordan mids. It's just like, I just feel like it's just an observation that I've had over the last few years about them. But this is a side-by-side comparison between both shoes. So hope it helps. So, and comment below. Tell me about your Jordan 1 mid stories. Tell me what you feel about them. Tell me what you like about them. Tell me what you don't like about them. Are you one of those people that just stay away from them just because of the stigma that they used to have back in the day? Or do you have a few in your collection? Comment below and let me know what your thoughts about them are. So, as always, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great day.